what could be a relaxing afternoon. Not for this guy over here with this rave music when he's sitting by himself. Not gonna get any chicks doing that, dude. Put your shirt back on. Everything always happens to us. That's karma right there. Eat his food, eat it all. It tastes great. Yeah, chow down. Oh, yeah. Oh, those fries taste. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure, come on. There's plenty for everybody. I love how no one's doing anything. They don't care.
Took the food. I figured you were done with it. So.
That is the guy.
First half marathon finisher coming down now. He is on fire. He has just run a half marathon sprinting into the finish. Number 554, Elijah Orr.
So, doing the Catalina Island half marathon this morning. Gotta take the ferry over to the island. It's like an hour ferry. I stayed in the Airbnb in Long Beach for 7 hours. Got here at 10 p.m. after work because I had to drive from Carpinteria, and now it's 5 a.m. and we're leaving. So I was here 7 hours, and the Airbnb like host is sending me all these emails about like things to do in Long Beach and like all these things, and like just 7 emails, and I'm like, dude, I've told you 1,000 times, I'm just here for the race. I'm literally just coming down here to use your pillow and blanket and leave. So you get $200 for me to just sleep here for half a night. So I don't need like the whole, I got a house tour and like all these things, like talking to me at like 10:30. I'm like, dude, this guy, what is wrong with this guy? So here's the gear. Got a small bottle, so I don't have to carry too much. Cause it's a cupless race. Got the Hokas, cause it's off-road. Got the watch, cause I set some Strava segments on the course so I can race, you know, Elijah and the other people virtually. We're driving the Tesla to the Catalina Express ferry to Catalina Island because we're fancy. That's also the only way to get there. No, I think he's weird too, the Airbnb guy. We were there for 7 hours and he's telling us all the restaurants and like places to go and things to do. There's so many things to do in Long Beach. He kept saying that. And he's talking to us in the living room.
There with the restaurants. There's no more restaurants.
Like, okay. He was talking to us in the living room the entire time, and I was like, when is this guy gonna go home? So there's a full-time renter in the Airbnb that we're staying in.
God, I look ridiculous.
It's 5 a.m. Everyone looks ridiculous. Anyone out here right now on the road is ridiculous. Supposedly someone lives there long term, but the kitchen has nothing in it. It's spotless. But I opened the fridge. And
is there anything in there?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not even...
Butter?
No, nothing. Nothing. It was completely empty. It was like a serial killer fridge.
Go,
time I was going for, the course record, was 1:24:02 for this half marathon with 2,500 feet of climbing. Basically, the first mile is mostly road. The last mile and a half is mostly road. Everything else is trail. The course record holder is Elijah Orr. He's pretty big on YouTube. You guys probably heard of him or seen his videos. My goal is to beat him, and he's won it a bunch of times. And to be honest, I didn't really know. I saw his videos. I saw his Strava. I didn't really know where I could pick apart his time. Like, he didn't have any weaknesses except for mile 1. Like, everything else was super fast. He ran the last 5K downhill, but on like trail, and like it was like switchback trails and stuff. He ran like a 15:50 or something, 15:40, 5K. I'm like, what the hell? Like low 5-minute pace. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't even think I could do that fresh. And then like for me, I don't have the wheels. I can't do that. I'm not very fast. And also, I can't train for speed. So speed does not come naturally to me, and I also can't train for it because I get hurt all the time. So I have to just go with whatever I naturally have and do the best I can. And I feel like the pop that having like the beginning of the race, that pop that you have where you feel like you can go any pace you want in the very beginning because you have like that full range of speed in your legs. I feel like I lose that in the middle of the race, and then I'm just surviving. And then by the end, I don't have anything left in my legs to do that. I don't have that pop anymore. So I knew I could not run that 5K downhill even if I was fresh. Probably couldn't have. So I was like, I need to get time on him on the climbs. And so I tried. You know, I wasn't even like focused on anyone else. It was like the race within the race. I was just racing him on Strava. I'll have my watch. I had live segments popping up. And in the beginning, I was crushing it. I think I got him by like, I don't know, a minute or something in the first 4 or 5 miles. I was like, yeah. And then I wouldn't say hit a wall, but I went a little too hard on the climbing segments. And then mile 5 to 7, I thought it was flat because on Strava, it didn't really have any elevation gain. But little did I know that it was like you'd go up something and then down, up, then down. It was like rollers. And I was tired. I thought I would have 2 miles to rest. And it wasn't really rest. I still had to push it. And I just felt like I went a little bit too hard. And I couldn't catch my breath enough to like really get into it again. And I guess I started losing some time on him. And then, okay, a pet peeve I have of this race is the course, okay? All you have to do to get this course correct, because there's only one way to turn pretty much all the whole time, is the turnaround point at mile 8.7. It's very precise. Just put the sign at the same point in the course every year. I looked at these times. I didn't really notice this till after the race. Our course was long. It was like 13.3 or whatever. And when Elijah did it, it was 13.1. And then last year, it was 12.7. Elijah didn't run it, but like, I just don't understand. How hard is it to get the same turnaround point? That's all you gotta do is put that one sign there. That's it. And I knew when I was running, I was like, I looked at my watch, I'm like, we're passing that point. I should be turning around, but there's no sign. I had to keep going, and I knew it was long, and I was pissed off. I was like, come on. So I was ahead of it for him for 9 miles, but after mile 5, when I was like crushing it, from mile 5 to 9, he clawed a lot of time back. So at mile 9, I had maybe like 8 seconds or 10 seconds on him, like not much. And then in mile 10, he, virtually passed me. And then I knew I was screwed because the last 5K, he ran like a freaking banshee. And I knew I couldn't match it. And I ran a 16:29 in the last 5K. And like I said, he did like 15:50 or 40 or whatever. So I lost a good 40-something seconds in the last 5K, which is a chunk of time. So officially, his time was 1:24:02. I hit the half marathon split at 1:24, like 43 or something. But I ran a 1:25 because the course was 0.2 long. Like I said, I don't know how hard it is to make the course accurate, but I still would have lost the course record by like 40 seconds, 41 seconds. So props to Elijah. You survived this time. You lived to fight another day. I really wanted to beat you. And I got like 3 KOMs, but I did not get the course record. Still a good time, but I got to read you this, okay? Because this is, I don't understand this. This guy on Strava, okay, he got 2nd place overall. I talked to a lot of people after the race, okay? I did for like the first 20, 30 minutes. Then you get tired because you got to wait like 2 hours for the award ceremony in the heat. And I'm like, I just want to get the frick out of here. And so after a while, you just want to take pictures and leave and get your award and leave, right? And so when, I guess when the award ceremony started, I guess 2nd place felt like I was like being snooty or like elitist or something. I don't know. But he said, I need to read you this. He said all these things that I don't really agree with him on, but whatever. So he said, he posted on my Strava this. Chris, you had a great race. Congrats. I have a suggestion for the future. When 2nd and 3rd place shake your hand as you approach the podium, instead of saying, I lost it on the downhill, like referring to the course record, I lost it on the downhill, perhaps you should say, congrats on a great race, guys. You are a talented athlete. Let that speak for itself. And drop the ego. Your smirk in the multiple podium photos says it all. Okay, first off, I always smirk in photos. I don't like taking pictures. I like race photos where you're just like in the action of running, but I don't like smiling for pictures in general. It's so forced. And that's just, my smirk is like my smile. That's just my smile. It wasn't any like kind of attitude or anything. And I shook everyone's hand. I said, good job. I'm sorry that we didn't talk about like your whole like race experience. I talked to 3rd place because I know him from previous races. And I talked to 4th place for a lot of time because I talked to him before the race and after. So I conversed with a lot of people, okay? But there were like 700 people at that race. I can't talk to everybody. I was focused on something more than winning. I was focused on racing, getting the course record, time trialing it, doing my best, racing myself, racing Elijah or whatever. You know, I was not concerned at all. I didn't look back at all. I don't care. I didn't care about anyone else because I knew no one was going to go for it. So that's great that he had his own experiences and he felt like, I don't know. This is the kind of thing it turns me off sometimes. Because like on the one hand, you meet a lot of cool people, and I'm not saying this guy's not cool, but just very sensitive. I don't know. So anyway, I had a good time. Respect to Elijah for retaining his course record.